Quest 3 and 4 are already on the way in the near and immediate future. And if you've seen our channel and if you watch some of the things we've talked about from all the updates from V28, V29, V30, we're also going to talk about some of the thresholds that they're aiming for and how they're trying to make it the first mainstream VR headset. Now, there's a couple of questions though when it comes down to that. Is it worth really possibly and potentially saving up for a Quest 3, no matter the estimation date, rather it's a year from now or less, because it's not going to be any further than that in terms of the releasing of each of the Quest, the original, the Quest 2 in between that time and the Quest 3? Or should you just wait, save the money, spend the 300 and get with a 64 gigabyte Quest 2? That's some things that'll help you out on your thought process. So let's go ahead and talk about it. First, I just want to say thank y'all so much for 200K plus on TikTok. It really does mean the world to us. And thank you so much for subscribing here and giving us a thumbs up. A small gesture like that helps us out on our route to getting to 100K subs. So we're really on there. We definitely want to do some fun stuff, of course, once we reach that threshold of our own. So if you can help us out and subscribe and spread the word and share or just comment, it helps out the YouTube algorithm and helping us reach others and helping them out, providing value from reviews, tech, and insights, updated news, and more. So just stay up with your boy, and I appreciate y'all. All the description is going to be in the description box below. But let's talk about, should you get a Quest 2 now, or should we just save up and get for the Quest 3 and 4 in the immediate future? Just a lot of fun stuff we're going to talk about. Let's get it. All right, so first things first, when it come out how Mark Zuckerberg really did announce that they're almost at that brink of trying to become a mainstream VR from Quest 2 standpoint, because in the V30 recent update, if you haven't seen our previous videos before, cheap plug, I did talk about the V30 and how the original Quest is finally getting an update after it was just like forgotten about. It was forgotten for a long time, and a lot of people would ask me questions as to why I was always pushing Quest 2, and there was a reason why, because Zuckerberg has really announced that they're really on par and intact with trying to get 10 million sales of the Oculus Quest 2, and I believe they're just around that. And so they've been pushing that really heavily. That, along with their aspect and their diverse insights of wanting to get into a mainstream perspective. You know, with E3 happening just recently, there was VR games and releasing, but there wasn't an official Oculus standpoint from there. So they're really trying to get into a mainstream and figuring out how they can really get people immersed and really intrigued and interested in VR, even though they only could show trailers in 2D. So showing externally some trailers with 2D is a little bit harder with the Oculus promotion. So Mark Zuckerberg has really expressed that they're trying to get to a 10 million sales, hence why they had been doing a lot of updates in recent times. So V28, V29, V30, and then just doing so much things from the hand tracking and games and a lot of partnerships and reach outs and external sources that have been great, from the raise view and more. Just check out all those videos we do have on here. So please check them out, because we do go in depth with those things. But all in all, his mission is to get 10 million, and he is doing great with that marketing and the selling and helping out the VR get into much more of a casual hand, because as a standalone VR headset, Quest 2 really does help out with that. And also Quest 3 and 4 was announced by him that they are working on both. So Quest 3, I believe, is going to be released by next year or less. So an exact complete calendar year or less from now, that's going to definitely be the time. That's usually the time in between each one so far. So that's usually what's going to happen. Think of it kind of like how an iPhone releases their newer iPhones every year in, year out. So that's something you got to be looking at the Quest 3. And now we want to look into, right? So Quest 2, Quest 3, are we really going to be interested in spending 300 now? And do you feel if you could stretch out that, I guess, quote unquote year, do you feel that 300 is enough to use for just a year or less? Or do you want to just stack that money and potentially the Quest 3 is around that same price and then just utilize it for that? Now, when you spend money like that, just because the Quest 2 kind of just costs as much as a console, you want to think about like, okay, well, is it going to last at least 4 to 6 years? Or is it going to last any longer? Because when we buy consoles, you know, they last quite a while with that $300, $400 threshold. So that's something to really think about if you want to buy a Quest 2, just that money up front and how the Quest 3 is coming right around. Also, I do have some stuff right here. That's why the Quest 3 is really promoting much more clarity and much more intrigued sources to really bring that less of a side quest appeal, less of a PC appeal, much more of an expansion of Guardians and much more of a playable, thorough experience to help out much more of a casual audience. So again, they are really shooting for a casual audience, and I believe that that's what's doing great, because my friends that don't really know too much about VR, and they really can get immersed and interested immediately. And me helping out also on TikTok have been helping a lot of people casually get into the VR realm, because many people thought it was similar to the traditional VRs or the OGs, or people who are really know the complicated sources of VR, such as myself, where you thought you had to have a PC VR ready. You had to have just connections and much more wires and lots of money for it. But no, the Quest 2 is affordable, standalone, immediate, and you can get right in starting just right there. And also it's a did I say it's affordable? So that's something that's always a win, something that's affordable, something that can run, and it could run some clarity on there. The hertz aspects and just how it detains that view, it's not bad. So that is definitely some. And then if you were to think about it, when it comes down to things like I'm writing this down, I wrote down a tons of stuff right here because I want to talk about this. So when you think about it, you can look at the valve index. Usually about 1K, depending on if you get the whole set, depending if you get it new, depending on what you're needing. Now, there's been a lot of things in terms of issues with wires and just being able to needing the PC. So valve index needs a PC. So first of all, it's almost 1,000 or 1,000 plus, or you can get it from like 600 at times used, but you need a PC for it. And it kind of has some outdated kind of look, while the Oculus is trying to look far more futuristic and more mobile. They're shooting for a mobile experience, so that's pretty cool, as they're going to be integrating with your phone and getting apps and notifications on there. So I thought that was pretty cool. Light tracking wall, you kind of have to like nail that into. Those are things that are noted too. The light tracking, to have to really get that immersed into the wall, like cemented into the wall, punch some holes in the wall. I don't know how you're gonna hold the light tracking, but the light tracking is for that. Some optimizing on games with development also, because there's not like there's an audience with the Valve, but still it's very niche. That like the optimizing with devs has been some problems. I'm looking at this right here, the wire support, lack of thereof of wire support. That's going to be a little bit tough for the Valve. Also, when you get a Valve, there's a lot of hardware support issues that need. And then also there's a $150 replacement cable, while the Oculus 2 does have a $70 link cable. Valve goes all the way up to $150 if you want the actual essential cords for that. So that's pretty crazy. And then for die-hard content creators, a Valve is incredible. Obviously, you see that with Beat Saber and everything. Someone that just wants to jump into VR immediate, Oculus Quest 2, hands down, does that everywhere, because not even the OG Quest is that easy and simplified. So Quest 2 made it such a simplified durability to where you can buy the headset, get the app on your phone. They have their own Oculus store. You can literally get in and get out. And now, if you've seen our other videos, we show you also how to do mixed reality with it. So if you had a Valve, you had to have a PC even to play it. And then you had to have that for creating mixed reality. Then you need your green screens. Well, with mixed reality with Oculus Quest 2 and an iPhone, you can literally create tons of videos with that. So let's summarize all of this, right? So Quest 3 and 4 well on the way. Quest 3 in less than a year. But Quest 2, remember, Quest 2 is $299, right? $299. That there's a $399 version if you want more gigabytes. It's a standalone. Don't need a PC. Can do everything through your phone. And there's App Lab Games also, where they partnered up, where side quests you needed a PC to get maybe more in-depth library of games. And now you're able to do it through your mobile. But one thing, we're going to talk about one last thing as a downfall, where I think that it can discontinue, like some people wanting to even get through with Oculus. They're going to be putting ads similar to what they do to YouTube or Instagram stories and other apps that they're doing now. TikTok's lightly getting into ads now. Now, ads are going to be, we don't know if ads are going to be on top of your game. We don't know if ads are going to be whatever, immersed while you're playing, while you're watching a show, like a series on there, because you can watch all your shows on VR also. So we don't know. I believe that's going to be a huge downfall. So on top of it being affordable, on top of it being optimized, fully optimized, a standalone headset, no PC needed, affordable, fast, clarity on it. It does gonna have some ads, and it's also ran through Facebook. So those are probably two disconnects. At a $300 headset versus a $1,000 headset, we would say we'll still take the affordable if you're comfortable with that. But trust me, Quest 2 is going to help you out in just getting into, as far as it'll be far more an entry level than what people are deciding it to be. So Quest 2 versus expensive VR headsets like the Valve, I would say Quest 2 all day. And especially if you haven't gotten a Quest 2 yet, if you feel that you can drop that money on it, then fine, because you'll have it for about a year. And we don't know how they're going to treat it after, right? Because Oculus Quest 1, it didn't get fully updated anymore after the Quest 2 came out until just recently with the V30 update. And that's potentially to help sell more products. But with Quest 3, hopefully it just doesn't forget about the Quest 2 in case you do get the Quest 2 and you spend all your money. And then especially those that are not working as much, just watch how you're spending it. But if you can possibly afford it, it is definitely well worth it, even if it's just for the year until the Quest 3 comes out. To look into as far as being affordable and just having that optimization, ease of entry, and understanding VR just immediately versus just having to have external setups and much, much more versus other VR headsets. So if this helped you out, let us know what's up. Let us know if you're going to be getting a Quest 2 or saving up instead and getting a Quest 3 that comes out in 2022. So let us know what's up. I appreciate y'all. Subscribe if y'all like content like this and give us a thumbs up. Appreciate y'all. Peace.